I don't believe that men and women are supposed to be friends.
So while I'm sure you've got a lot of interestingly misogynistic points for me to get to, I need to handle something first so I can actually watch you. Alright, hold up. Okay. Now I can watch.
Right? What are you going to do? Go play chess, checkers, basketball? Really, what you're looking for is sex.
Alright, now that we got the orientation correct, let's go ahead and talk about Elliott Husle. But, not before branding. What's up, guys? My name is Suris. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon. We tackle politics, people, religion, philosophy, all kinds of stuff on this channel. People also send in art for some reason, so let's go ahead and look at that first. First, we have somebody hitting the dumb bitch button repeatedly by the Dragon Lord 2006. Then we have something truly cursed by Tiny Pepsi Boy. And then... is that Nightmare? Well, now I'm traumatized. As always, thank you all for your fan art submissions, and let's get right into today's video.
So I got a question here from a young man today who says, "Yo, Elliot, my question is, how do I get the guts to say hi to a girl I just saw in person that I've been following online? I mean, sometimes I don't know whether I should greet her or not, because maybe she's okay with following each other online, but doesn't really care if we meet face to face and become friends." So, thank you for your question, my man. And the very first thing I would say is that there is no reason to become friends. I don't believe that men and women are supposed to be friends.
Alrighty, so today we've got Elliott Husle, and he is trying to let us know that men and women can't be friends, because the only thing men could possibly want women for is sex. Now, as somebody who's played a lot of online games, and just games in general, a good chunk of my friends have been female. And it's not just friends I've gamed with. You know the artist behind this avatar that you've seen on the channel before? That's Tide. Turning Tide Studios, and she's been one of my best friends for like 7, 8 years, something like that. Not to mention Raz, who is my girlfriend, is also my best friend. So, like, weird
And in
take.
fact, if you really are honest with yourself, you're not trying to be friends with her, right? What are you gonna do? Go play chess, checkers, basketball?
Yu-Gi-Oh! That's right, guys. Stop thinking with the heart of the cards and start thinking with the dick of the cards. Because let's be honest, guys, you know Avatar of the Pod is packing.
Really, what you're looking for is sex. Most of the time when a man wants to be with a woman, talk to a woman, approach a woman, be friends with a woman, is because he wants what she got, and that's why we get nervous.
That's why the simple solution is to be friends first, and then if you guys find that you can work on that level, then maybe admit you've caught feels. This is, of course, ignoring the fact that there are ace guys who might not want to be sexual with a woman, but might also want to be in a relationship with one, and there are gay guys who also want to be friends with women, but certainly don't want to be in a relationship with them. But nah, I'm sure Elliott didn't just forget that other men who are different than him exists. He wouldn't possibly think that every guy has to have the same standards that he does and be as shallow as he is, right?
If somebody has something you want, and you go to speak with them, approach them with the agenda of getting that thing, now you have performance anxiety because you have outcome dependence. In other words, the outcome of that interaction is something that you're attached to.
And while that might potentially be true, the answer to that is to not go into it with the outcome in mind of just having sex. Now, granted, there's nothing wrong with one-night stands. You might end up being in an environment where that's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask for. But if you are legitimately wanting to be friends and legitimately wanting to pursue something like a relationship, then maybe going in with the outcome of sex isn't exactly the best thing in the beginning. Also, remember, he asked you about friendship, and all you did was say, nah, you don't want friendship, you want sex, you want to fuck, you want the big boink. You completely ignored the actual question.
Right? You need her to ultimately appreciate you, or to accept you, or to like you, or to quote unquote be friends with you, because she's got something that you want. If you really want to speak to this woman, you really actually want to get to know her, ultimately you got to be honest about your objective. And my opinion is that it is best not to seek sex from women, not need sex from women, but to seek the character of a woman and determine whether or not she's wife-worthy.
So are you under the impression that you can't be friends with your wife? Are you under the impression that you can't establish a friendship and then go to marriage? Are you under the impression that you cannot establish a friendship, find out that you two cannot actually be compatible in a relationship, but still have a meaningful friendship as a result of that journey? I also find it funny that he's got an older video on his channel called Marriage is Slavery, and your positions seem to have changed from that, right?
I think it is a good idea to vet women in their ability, their desire, their condition, their even their desire, like whether or not they could be a good wife, and then ultimately a good mother, and then you put sex on the back burner. That way, it empowers you in a myriad of different ways. Number one, you're vetting her. It's not her vetting you for whether or not she's gonna spread her legs.
So, on the one hand, yeah, vetting whoever you're going to be in a relationship with is probably a good idea. Don't I know? What makes you think that she shouldn't also have to vet you? If you've got to do things like make sure that she's got the desire, the ability to be a wife, the ability to be a mother, which, again, not all relationships need you to be married, and not all relationships need you to have children. But if you're going ahead and trying to vet all that, why shouldn't she also have to vet you as to whether or not she should even be with you in the first place? Whether or not she should give you the time of day? Seems a little one-sided. Seems pretty MGTOW.
It's you checking her out to see whether or not she's worthy of being a woman that you would ultimately go further with. Not need something from, but see whether or not she's worthy of being your wife and the mother to your children.
Again, why should she have to be a mother to your children? Why do you need children? You've got plenty of options. You can adopt if you desperately want kids. And if you don't want kids, then why should you give into pressure to even get kids? Why is that a prerequisite? Doesn't this basically mean that if somebody is born barren, or if having a kid will kill them, does that completely kill their ability to be part of the dating pool? What if you're barren and the only thing you can do is fire blanks?
If you have no interest in making this woman your wife, then what else do you want from her? If you're honest, it's the sex. And I'm telling you right now, don't go chase women for sex, because you're going to put them on a pedestal, and you're always going to be needy, and you're always going to be wanting, and then you're going to be nervous.
Now, I know I mentioned earlier that you're coming at this from the angle that other people think like you. Not everybody does, though. Not everybody has the same insecurities based on their masculinity. Some people just need the confidence booster. Some men, for instance, are allosexual, but are also aromantic, and therefore they seek sex, they seek that gratification, especially with other people who also happen to be like them, but they don't actually catch feelings because they're aromantic. That part of their brain, it just doesn't go. This could be either because of trauma or anything else. It doesn't matter. There are healthy ways to seek sexual relations with people without actually getting into relationships with them or even being needy for them. You can do things like go to a swingers party and make sure not to get the number at the end of the night so that you don't end up being that needy person. There are actually websites wholly dedicated to you finding a one-night stand without sticking with that person and being needy and desperately clinging to them later. Friends with benefits exist.
Be honest, be yourself. Be clear about what your intentions are. If it's for the sex, I say leave it alone.
Good advice. Being honest is a thing you should do. Bad advice. If it's for the sex, leave it alone. Not everybody's like you. Some people just need the sex and don't need the relationship. Some people need the relationship but don't need the sex. Boy, that was an embarrassing voice crack.
It's beta. It's unnecessary.
What's that? Come here. Was it you? Was it you? Okay, it wasn't you. You were here. I'm sorry. I smelled dog shit, but I guess it was just his opinion.
It's about, most of the time, it's just about self-gratification. Masturbating with a pretty girl's body.
Even if it is, so what? What's wrong with having sex? What's wrong with having sex for sex's sake? And moreover, what's wrong with masturbation? Like, that's a perfectly natural and healthy thing to do. I mean, it's kind of like taking a dump. There's nothing wrong with taking a dump, you just have to be responsible about how you do it. Some people need to take their dumps in toilets. You decided to take a dump using your mouth with this entire video, which explains why I smelled dog shit.
You're really interested in her. It's not about being friends, because there's no reason for men to be friends. It's because you want to wife her. And so you have to have a standard for that. Hope that helps, dude. Talk soon, done.
Again, I honestly don't get this men can't be friends with women thing. Is Elliott just really bad at making friends? Elliott, are you lonely? Do you need a friend? Well, it's not gonna be me, that's for fucking sure. All this just feels like misogyny coded as masculinity. Elliott's position summed up. Fuck women! But not that way. Because, like, if it was that way, then you'd be a beta. Because you fucked women.
Beta!
Like, instead of instilling confidence in somebody, you basically just told them, nah, it's perfectly normal to be hesitant, and just don't. Just fucking don't. Just look at her and go, would I wife her? And then go down that long journey instead of the actual question he asked, which was, how do I establish a friendship? The absolute little dick energy that comes out of this video. Coded as masculine, testosterone-laden energy, mind you. But that does beg the question, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this video and what you thought of Elliott's responses to his fan, because personally, I found them woefully inadequate. If you guys enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, maybe share it with your friends if that's a thing that you want to do, and if you enjoy my content and you want to see more of what I do, then why not go ahead and follow me over at Twitch, where I game every weekend, and maybe we'll be able to hang out and do some stuff there. If you've made it to the end of the video, then this is the area where I celebrate my patrons. If you are a $20 or higher patron for at least a month, then you get one of these slides for the amount of time that you're a patron. If you are a patron otherwise, though, you do get to be in the credit section, so I get to celebrate the fact that you guys helped me, you know, eat today. Put food on table and in mouth and hit shovel button. That's, yeah. Anyway, somebody mentioned that they actually liked this kind of more off-the-cuff, less edited portion at the end of the video, so if that's a thing that you guys want more of, then let me know in the comment section. I might end up doing it this way. Yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed all the other fun stuff, you know the drill, it's YouTube. You guys have been using this platform forever. As always, insert end of video tagline here.